Oh, hello there. I am Claire Marks, better known as Creme Brulee Claire, and I am the newest addition to the Memphis Belles. And today's episode is just to get to know me a little bit better. So come on in. So a little bit about my background with the Belles. I auditioned a couple of years ago and have understudied for the Belles. I've actually learned a couple of different vocal tracks. I learned the alto and the soprano too, and a little bit of the soprano one depending on the song. And I performed with them during the holiday season, but I got a phone call saying that they needed a belle full time, and the timing was right this summer, so I decided to jump on in. I have known Miranda Sorbet for about 6 years. We went to college together at Cornish College of the Arts, and we graduated together. I believe we worked on 2 shows together there. We were both in a musical called The Grand Hotel, and then she starred in Singing in the Rain, which I assistant directed. But fun fact, both Miranda and I have played sisters twice professionally in Seattle theaters. The first time was with Sound Theater Company for a show called The Goblin Market, and the other, it was with Seattle Children's Theater, and this was fresh out of college. So we were little babies in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which was an amazing experience. And one of the fun facts about us playing sisters is our dynamic. She's usually sort of like the headstrong, super adventurous, think like almost Arya Stark if you're a Game of Thrones person. And I am usually the buttoned up, put together, very serious, this is what we need to do. So it's fun to be working with the Belles because we get to have a little bit of a personality shift. I get to be a little softer and more fun. She gets to be a little more elegant and sophisticated at times. So it's a great fun balance. I also knew our music director, Michael Nutting. We've known each other for a couple of years. I have actually worked as his assistant or his associate a couple of times. I think there were like 4 or 5 times that we tried to work together before it finally happened. We worked together on Les Mis with Village Theater Kids Stage, which was super fun. He was the music director and I took over to conduct the performances of the show. And he also music directed a production I was in at Tepper Theater this past winter, this holiday season, and he wrote the whole score, so shout out to him because he's pretty great. Yeah, so that's a little bit about me and how I know some of the folks associated with Memphis Belles. First question is, do you have a normie job? And if so, what is it? Right now, no. But I have worked in retail and I have worked as a barista. But my main focus is to try to work in arts education as well as performance right now, both as a pianist and as a singer and actor. The next question. Do you think it's important to have an agent? Yes, totally. In Seattle for theater, not so much, but for film and commercial, super important. I have an agent right now, Big Fish Northwest, that submits me for both voiceover as well as film and commercial projects. Our next one, go-to karaoke song. I don't do karaoke, so I don't know, I guess I need to find one. My favorite thing to do that is not artistic. That's hard. I guess I would say right now I am loving going on hikes. I have a list of local national parks that I am going to. Got my little face mask going on my hikes, but it's a great escape right now. Top 3 vocal health tips. That's a good one. First and foremost, always hydrate. Drink tons of water. Second, if you're going to be recording your voice for voiceover work or even recording yourself singing, eat an apple beforehand. And then third would be rest. Get tons of sleep. And fourth, always warm up. That's important too. Dream role. That is a good one. That's also really hard. I think I would love to play Ado Annie. I think that would be super fun in Oklahoma. In terms of contemporary stuff, I don't know if and when it will be licensed for the public, but I think Mean Girls would be super, super fun. How do I deal with nerves? To be honest, I don't really get nervous anymore. I mean, sometimes I'll get butterflies on opening night or if there's somebody special in the audience. But in terms of nerves, I think my breakthrough moment with that was when I was doing summer stock during the summers, obviously. As a college student, I was doing Hairspray. I was playing Amber Von Tussle. It was like one of the bigger roles that I'd played. I was waiting in the wings to go on and I realized I wasn't nervous. So I kind of tucked that thought away and came back to it after the show. And this is what I realized, and this is what I tell all of my students. Preparation. I think that was one of the first times that I went to go on stage And I was not nervous about forgetting lines or forgetting choreography or that other people on stage would remember what they were doing. It was one of the first times that I felt thoroughly rehearsed for a process and ready to go. So how to deal with nerves? Be prepared. Worst on-stage slip-up. This one's pretty embarrassing. I was doing a show called The Boyfriend, which is Julie Andrews' Broadway debut when she was young. And at the very end of the show, I was playing the lead, the Julie Andrews role. My partner dipped me down, and I was wearing a little bobbed wig because my hair at the time was quite long. And as he dipped me, my wig got caught on the fly of his pants and it was stuck, hanging there. And so then I was in a dip with a cap on, a wig cap on, which made me look like a little bald mole rat. So yeah, that happened. That was pretty embarrassing. Do I take my makeup off between shows? Answer is no, because it takes me too long to put it back on. I'm somebody who likes to take my time to get ready for a show. I could do my makeup quickly, but it's more about the process to get centered, to focus. Maybe I have some headphones in listening to a podcast or some calming music or something like that, but no, I don't. Lipstick, yes, if I'm gonna eat something, lipstick comes off, but everything else stays on. My favorite Broadway show. That is so hard. I love Promises, Promises. The revival was but the original and the music, I think that's my favorite overture, orchestral overture in a musical ever. If you don't know it, go listen to it, it's on Spotify. But Broadway show that I've seen, I don't know. I saw Memphis. There was something about Memphis that just lit me up. It's such a beautiful show with some local Seattle talent that was performing on Broadway. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Memphis for now. It might change. I started off dancing and playing the piano from a very, very young age, but my first experience on stage, not as a dancer, was when I was 10. I think I just turned 10. Yes. And it was in Meet Me in St. Louis. I was playing one of the little sisters and I had no idea what I was doing. My parents were not the typical stage parents. And so I found the audition notice in the newspaper. That's how long ago this was. In the newspaper. And they said, like, we'll take you to the audition, just pick out your material. And so as a precocious little 10-year-old who knew how to read music and play music, we had tons of songbooks. So I pulled out some songbooks and I found 2 songs and I taught them to myself that I felt like really excited about. And then I had no idea what a monologue was, so I picked a poem. So I show up for the audition and I go in, this little 10-year-old, and they asked me what I'm doing. They asked me to slate and I didn't know what that meant. And they were like, well, just tell us what songs and monologue you're doing. And I said, well, I'm going to be singing I Just Can't Wait to Be King and Surrey with a Fringe on Top. And my monologue is The Owl and the Pussycat. And honestly, I think about, you know, working in youth theater. If I saw a kid come in with that audition, it would be so hard not to laugh. Singing as Curly from Oklahoma. But you want to know what? I booked the role. So, personality counts, I guess. That's all for our episode today, but it was so lovely to be here with you, and definitely check back on our channel for more episodes.